We also don't know how to breathe correctly. So many of us do shallow breathing, and that's no judgment on us. Human beings don't come with manuals, right? We just don't. Hey guys, it's Terry. So good to see you. How's your heart? How's your heart doing? Well, just to let you know, in case it's not doing well, you're fine. And it happens to the best of us. Oh my God, I'm in a bit of a downward spiral myself, but I'm here, I'm showing up just like you are, in spite of whatever you're feeling. And that's how we get through life. Always, it's through the in spite of. And guess what? It's meditation time, right? So that means it's the perfect time for us to slow down, for us to collect our energy, for us to save our reserved energy. So many of us leak our energy outside of us, always worrying and thinking about all the other things, the WhatsApp, the Facebook, the Instagram, the how come he hasn't texted me yet? But when am I supposed to hear back from that appointment? Every time we worry about those things, we leak our energy, because where our attention goes, that's where energy flows. So our energy is always going out like that, right? So by us being here, slowing things down, we recoup our energy, right? So we get to take it back from WhatsApp. We get to take it back from Facebook, from Instagram, from that guy who hasn't texted me yet, from that appointment I haven't had just yet, right? And it comes back to us. And that's one of the things, one of the benefits of meditation. I have listed below down in the description, the benefits of meditation. See? We also don't know how to breathe correctly. So many of us do shallow breathing, and that's no judgment on us. Human beings don't come with manuals, right? We just don't. However, we now have an opportunity that we are curating specifically for ourselves and giving ourselves the kindness, the compassion, and the self-love and self-care that we need by literally watching and participating in this video. The cockatoo agrees with me. He's got a lot to say, right? So as you guys know, I do live in a zoo. There's a dog that barks, there's a cockatoo that screams, but I do, when I do these meditations, I do incorporate their sounds. So they shouldn't be too intrusive for your experience. And the energy, once the energy starts shifting, they start shifting. So that's like the good news, bad news, right? Bad news is animals make noise. The good news is they do stop eventually, see? Anyways, who's ready to do some meditation? So here's the thing about these meditations. I channel them. I don't rewrite them out. I don't know how long they're gonna last. I don't know what the topic is gonna be about until after I've done it. And I tap into the energy of the collective, okay? What is it that the collective is needing at this moment that we can harness that energy about and keep it to ourselves and reserve that energy so that we can have the most viability for ourselves, okay? This is just one of the aspects of what I do with my Shift Happens program. There's coaching, there's readings, there's energy shifting, breath work, all these really different cool techniques. It does get more tailored and more personal when I work one-on-one. However, here's just a little bit of a taste. So if you do like what you see, please feel free to work with me one-on-one. I would be happy to hold your hand and help you navigate your way through this human experience, which can be challenging, especially if there's goals that you want to reach. But I digress. Let's get back to the task at hand, meditation. All right, so I'm gonna ask everybody to please do this sitting up instead of lying down. However, if you are gonna lie down, there's not gonna be the meditation police to say, get up, get up. It's just that you're more likely to fall asleep if that happens, and it just becomes more of a passive experience versus a more active experience, right? So it is your experience. I want you to do it the way you want to do it. However, I do invite you to experience this in a more active manner, okay? So like I said, I channel this. I have no idea what's gonna come out of my mouth. I have no idea what I'm gonna say to you, so we're all in this together. But just know that I do have the best intentions for you and for your highest good, and for everybody to feel either a sense of relief or a sense of release. And that's another thing. The body, when the body is releasing energy, it can happen in a variety of different ways. So I don't want you to get too worried or concerned. Some of the ways the body releases energy is through crying. So if you cry, you're good. Don't worry about it. Through deep sighing, through burping, through farting. Yeah, so if you end up farting, first of all, no one's gonna know, so no judgment there. Unless I fart, then y'all will know that. But that's just me releasing energy, right? That's the excuse I'm gonna use from now on. Okay, so there's that. And however your body responds, sometimes your body will have different sensations. Just go with it. Your body knows what it's doing. Okay, so see if you can place some trust in yourself in this experience. Approach this with curiosity, not judgment or expectation, because I guarantee you 1,000 gazillion bazillion % that if you have an expectation of how this is going to happen, how this is going to go, what to experience, your expectation will not be met and you will be let down. So I invite you to just sort of come with, healthy curiosity and just see what happens. Sounds good? All right, so we're gonna get to this. So go ahead, take your seat. Please place your feet flat on the ground and your hands on your lap, and you can have them up or down, whatever is more comfortable for you. Now, we're gonna do some deep belly breaths. If you don't understand what a deep belly breath is, it's basically a really deep breath where your belly contracts. It's like you're filling up a balloon. And then on the exhale, what you're doing is you're putting your mouth in an O-shaped or O form with your lips, and you're exhaling, you're pushing out the air. So it's like this. Okay, you're pushing hard, or as hard as you can. Now, what you also might notice is as you do this meditation, either more consistently or just even through the progress of what's happening right now, your breathing might be deeper and it might be slower. So don't worry about keeping up with me. I'm probably gonna be going a little faster than you, as I cannot give myself full permission to release into this, because I will go to the quantum and you guys will just be watching this, and that could be for like hours. I've got a job to do here, which is to help guide you. So I will not be able to fully allow myself, I have to have some sort of control so that I can be your guide, your facilitator, okay? But you guys go to town, okay? Enjoy this. So you do the deep breathing as slow or as fast as you need to, preferably more slower, so we can activate the parasympathetic system, which is the nervous system. We have two nervous systems, one that keeps us on high alert to protect us, and one that keeps us calm so that we can feel safe and we can live our purpose in the world. Until we feel safe in this world, it's gonna be very hard for us to find our purpose. But meditation is one of those ways that can help us. So the more you do this, the better you'll get at finding your purpose, or the clearer it'll come. All right, we're already almost 10 minutes into this. So let's get going here. Okay, so the deep belly breaths, okay? I'm also gonna be asking you to tap on your heart. We're gonna be activating the heart center. The heart center is the largest magnetic field of the body. It has the ability to alchemize and transmute, shift and change any emotion, any feeling. And it's also the center of truth and authenticity. So when you get into your heart, people, you are in your truth, all right? So let's get to this. Again, feet on the ground, hands on the lap, close your eyes, and we're gonna take 5 deep belly breaths together, all right? And I'll lead us through. So we're gonna go ahead and inhale. And then exhale when you're ready. Remember, go at your own pace. Okay, good. So now just keeping your eyes closed, place your awareness on all of the sounds around you and letting or giving permission to those sounds to just help you soften and loosen the muscles in your body, especially around your neck. So each sound that you hear gives you permission to soften and loosen the muscles in your body. And we'll start off with the neck and the shoulders. So many of us hold tension there. And throughout this entire meditation, whenever you feel you need to do some deep belly breaths, you do it. Your body will tell you when. So just trust it. Your body knows exactly what to do. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start tapping in the middle of our heart center, which is around the sternum area. So think of the heart chakra if you're familiar with your chakra system, and just start tapping on your heart. And we're just gonna further open and further get into that parasympathetic system, that vagus nerve that allows us to feel safe in this world. Because when we feel safe in this world, we're able to explore with curiosity, not judgment. We don't always have to feel like we have to defend ourselves. And we can just sort of explore with an open mind. So as you're tapping, just placing your awareness on all of the sounds around you. And soon, I don't know when, but soon those background noises, they're not even gonna matter to you anymore. You're not gonna care. You're gonna be so focused on your body. You're gonna be so focused on my voice. So just continue breathing deeply, easily, and effortlessly in and out while you're tapping on your chest. And if your hand gets tired, feel free to switch hands. Activating that heart center, this really big electromagnetic field that has the ability to change and shift our emotions. As a matter of fact, as you're tapping on your heart, take a little temperature check of whatever feeling or emotion you might be experiencing right now. And seeing if by the time we're done, maybe, perhaps, it will have changed. Or maybe completely transmuted all on its own. So don't try to change these feelings, just allow your heart to do it for you. And now you can just place both of your hands on your heart, so you'll stop tapping. And we're gonna take 5 more deep belly breaths, all at your own pace. as you guys know, wherever we place our energy is where we've placed our focus and attention. So let's on purpose place our awareness on our heart. Continuing your deep belly breaths. And allowing that energy that we've built up so far in our heart to just expand and grow, and to emit past our earth suit, past our body. So in that process, we're now placing our awareness on our heart. And as we place our awareness on our heart, we're placing energy on our heart, bringing energy to the heart. Making an effort, taking time to acknowledge our heart. Deep belly breaths if you need to, at your own pace, as often as you need to. Sitting in this feeling or sensation right now of being in your heart. Paying attention to the heart. Acknowledging the heart. And allowing all of the sounds around you to help deepen that awareness to your heart. Now, I'm not sure if any of you are seeing colors in your mind's eye, but if you are, that's okay. It's kind of neat. I started seeing colors. Feel into those colors if you're seeing colors, and if you're not seeing colors, just keep feeling into your heart. All is well at this very moment. There's nowhere you have to be, and nothing you have to do. Your only job right now is to connect to yourself. And at the count of 3, we're going to start tapping on our heart center again. Beginning to count 1, 2, and 3. Take whichever hand you prefer and start tapping on your heart center again. Now perhaps, and I don't know because each of us are different, but perhaps there's been something you're concerned about. Perhaps there's something that's been running around in your mind. Perhaps you'd like to find some peace with it. Perhaps you'd like an answer. And maybe you feel that if you had your answer, you'd be able to sort of get unstuck and move forward. Now, I don't know, because everybody's different. So you may have this concern or this question that you'd like an answer to. You may not. But if you do, in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to ask yourself that question. And then I'm going to ask you to listen to what your heart has to tell you about that answer. Now, if you don't get an answer, that's okay. If you do get an answer, that's okay. Whatever comes up is the right answer for you. Whatever comes up is a potential lead for you to follow. So as we're tapping, let's take 3 deep belly breaths together. And then at the count of 3, I'm going to ask you to place your hands on your heart again and to ask yourself that question or tell yourself about the concern. And whatever answer comes up for you, I'd like for you to listen to. At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, put your hands on your heart and go ahead and ask your question. So just sit in this energy for just a brief moment, listening to what your heart has to tell you. It speaks the truth. Trusting your body, trusting your heart. Allowing whatever comes up to come up. Being in touch with any sensation in your body. Learning more about yourself now. At the count of 3, we're going to tap on our heart again. 1, 2, and 3. Start tapping again. Deep belly breaths. Deep belly breaths. This time, we're going to ask our heart another question. And I'd like for you to pay attention to what your heart tells you, just like in the previous experience that we just had with our heart. So connecting to how safe we feel at this very moment. Not having to do anything, not having to talk to anyone, not having to run around, not having to feel like we have to protect ourselves right now. Just really, really being present. Really, really feeling us. Really connecting to ourselves right now. And at the count of 3, once again, we're going to place both of our hands on our heart. And we're going to ask one question. And the question is going to be, what is my next step? On the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3, place both of your hands on your heart and ask yourself, what is my next step? And just listen to what comes up for you. Paying attention to whatever sensations you're feeling in your body, or whatever messages you might be receiving. Just really sensing or thinking about the energy that you're sitting in right now. With this activated heart center, now at the count of 3, I'm going to ask you to cross your arms across your chest and just place each hand on the opposite shoulder. And you're just going to tap each shoulder. And this will bring you back to your senses, back to your awareness in the 3D physical world, bring you back into your body. And as you do that, you'll be able to remember any messages that you received or any insights that you had that your heart had to share with you. So again, at the count of 3, you'll cross your arms across your chest. You'll place one hand on the opposite shoulder and you will tap each shoulder. Beginning to count now, 1, 2, and 3. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Beginning to come more and more to your senses and awareness of yourself. And at the count of 3, you can flutter your eyes open, remembering any insights or messages you've received from your heart. Beginning to count now, 1, 2, and 3, eyes fluttering open. Feeling connected to yourself. Giving yourself a little hug. Really being aware of who you are right now, your essence. This is your heart. This is your truth right now that you're feeling. I know it can be uncomfortable for some of us because we don't allow ourselves to get to this place very often. But here's an opportunity to truly love up on yourself, to be kind to yourself and compassionate to yourself. Because no matter what your programming is or what your conditioning is, you count, you matter. And it's super important for you to feel safe in this world. And if it's something you have to learn, it's something you have to learn. There's no shame in it. And that's because humans don't come with manuals. We don't know how to do this. Our caregivers taught us what they know, right? They did the best they could with what they had. So we just have to unlearn what we learned. And it takes time, it takes practice, and it takes a shit ton of compassion, yeah? But we can do this. So just take this moment, sit there, hug yourself, love yourself, And as you do that, if you're struggling with what your purpose is or what your offer is in this world, it will come to you. It will come. The more safe you feel in this world, the more you will connect to the divine, the more you will connect to yourself, the more you will be guided on your path, and the more you'll find your purpose. All right, you guys, what am I always saying to you? Stay connected. Stay connected to your friends and family. Stay connected to yourself. Of course, stay connected to me. Thank you so much for journeying with me through this adventure that I call human life. Without you, I couldn't do this. And I learned so much from you when I work with you. I learn from you. You inspire me all the time. And I have so much gratitude. I'm so grateful. And I'm so blessed to have you in my life as well. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for showing up for me so that I have somebody to show up to as well. If you would like to work with me, you can check out my website, terryhuberman.com. And I'll see ya on the flip side.